Okay, guys, this SBC potentially is an absolute scam. I'm going to explain to you why it's a scam and why and how, to be honest, you can save money in the long run without doing these SBCs. Because everyone that look at these SBCs and they say, oh, you know what, it's 94 Mbappe, he's end game. And of course, all the other content creators they follow in suit as well. But the problem is, it's just not worth it. And for the life of me, I don't understand, even if you take into account all the rewards, right, which are nothing amazing. It's only the 89 player where you get a rare players pack and the rest is just absolute garbage. Why on earth you would do this, I just don't understand, because mathematically it doesn't make sense. Now, the reason why I need to make this video is because I've been getting a lot of questions saying, hey Neil, should I do this? This streamer is saying that, all the other communities saying this. It's an absolute steal, and it's an absolute, steal, I mean, it's still for your money to do this card, okay? Just get the 93. Now think about this. You're going to be getting a card that's 2.2 million coins in a month's time. Will probably be somewhat redundant, because don't forget, a lot of these other cards, like the headliner card, will probably crash coming towards team of the season. So you're basically giving away 2 million of your hard-earned coins for nothing, and then you end up losing that money. And if you keep the money liquid, you can always buy the 93 and then buy Mbappe back at team of the season, or buy the 95 Mbappe when that goes down, etc., etc. Even if you've got fodder, I'll explain to you why you're losing money. So the rewards you get, there's not even 100k pack in rewards, okay? Now, the 93 rated, there's no difference, okay? It's -1. Are you going to notice a -1 in any of those stats? Whoever says it's worth it, they're absolutely lying to you. The only thing that's actually significant, I would say, when it's like 3 or maybe 4, okay? If you look at the physicality, he's got +3 stamina, strength, aggression, and jumping. Are you really going to notice +3 stamina, +3 strength, +6, +3 aggression? You're really not going to, okay? Now, had it been finishing, okay, let's say you had 99 finishing, then I would say yes, because that changes. Finishing, especially this game, it's a bit problematic. And if it's like balance, for example, that would make a big difference to the card itself. The chance of you actually scoring from a header and jumping, that difference will be almost insignificant, okay? So that's the thing. The 93 rated card costs 1.8 million coins. It's like 75% of the actual card value of the player of the month for basically the same stats. I don't know, but for some reason, everyone just sees this and they think, especially people who don't really understand, they look at the card and think, oh, +2 must make a difference. You're not going to notice it. I promise you this for a fact, especially in those stats, physicality, you're not going to notice it. So doing this card, now even people are going to say, okay, you know what, Neil, I got 1 million coins fodder, okay? Let me explain this to you. It's team of the season in 3 months, okay? You probably clicked off this video if you'd like, you know what, no, I don't care, then fair play, okay? But it's going to be team of the season in 3 months' time. Let's say even if you have 1 million coin, if you have like 1 million coin worth of fodder, let's say Mbappe is your go-to card, I would still say no. Do you know why? It's because this headliner card will probably drop, and I spoke to traders about this, and they confirm this probably go down by like 1 million coins, whatever. It will keep going down up until team of the season, and you probably get them for like 2 million coins. Okay, come back in this video and see about 2.5 million coins. So you can get an absolute better card that's got potential of being upgraded for much cheaper. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, even if you got 1 million coin worth of fodder, what happens is during team of the season, every single week they normally release, the best of the Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, whatever. And every week there's an SBC that costs about 100k, and you get a chance of getting 1 out of the 11 team of the season players. So you might be thinking at this stage of the game, what do you do with all this fodder? Well, you got that, and then you have everything else in between and some other promotions out there as well. Now, am I saying for all players? No. I'll give an example. Someone like Mkhitaryan, this card is so cheap, and this card will not come out again. You can see, if you look at this version of Mkhitaryan, he's got 4-star skill moves. You can see it's an evident upgrade, not only in terms of stats all around, which, to be honest, for 200k is absolutely still. I've done this card. I put him in center mid sometimes. He's that good. Even as a sub, because he's got a skill moves in a week for upgrade, it's worth it. Another example would be Quaresma. Quaresma again is 70k in absolute still, but he's so cheap. To get 70k, it's so cheap. You can get that in easily in 1 weekend league, but it might take you 20 weekend leagues to get 2 million. You see, but Quaresma, as you can see, the 77 rated card, there's even if this Quaresma card got a team of the season, okay, he's not going to get a 5-star week for upgrade, okay. And you can see, for example, this one is significant. The finishing, especially +23, it's so significant. There's probably not going to be a card like this ever again. So unless you are a fan of this card in particular, you know there's going to be no other Quaresmas. Then it's got to be better than team of the season probably, because of the 5-star. 5-star, that will make it worth it. But if we go back to the Mbappe card, just because simply, if Mbappe had a 5-star weak foot, then there's a warrant for that. Because you can argue this 93 Mbappe, or let's say, for example, this 94 Mbappe, let's say it, in theory, theoretically had a 5-star weak foot. It could, in theory, be better than the headliner card and even be better than the Team of the Year card. Many years ago, was it last year or the year before? There was a foot birthday Mbappe, I think it was FIFA 20, and the foot birthday Mbappe was used more than the Team of the Year. Why? It's because that 5-star weak foot, because how important it is inside the box and unpredictabilities. Even though the stats were lower, the 5-star weak foot made it worth it. But because there is no, so the reason I'm saying this is to give you a bit of an example. So when you look at a card in the future, you could think, okay, remember what Neil was saying? Is then you upgrade to the skill moves and weak foot, then you can consider it. There's no upgrade, it's not worth it. And then the fact is that this card cost 500k less. It's a joke. And the good thing is, look, if you don't like Mbappe, you can just sell him. A lot of players, they think Mbappe is God's tier, and they use him, they realize, you know what, he's not worth 2 million coins. For that kind of money, I can use Eusebio, I can buy other players, and I can have fun. Now, if you had a 10 million coin team, it wouldn't be too bad. Problem is, a lot of people are doing this SBC, and their team's worth 5 million. You're basically putting 2 million coins, 2.2 to be precise, in a card that won't even guarantee you, because let's say in a month's time, let's say theoretically this headliner card drops to 2 million, let's say. This card's only worth it for 1 month. And then you've done this card and you're going to say to me, okay, now I've done this card now. I'm going to now force myself to use this card because even if I want to get a headliner card, I've already wasted 2 million. So why would I want to upgrade him? So do you see the issues that come with doing these SBCs? You have to be very, very careful. I know people, they look heavily at the rewards and they say, oh, look, the rewards are so good. Even if you collected all these rewards together, now, not only are you wasting time, I know some of you guys enjoy the SBCs. I mean, I hate it personally. Unless you enjoy the puzzle aspect of it, that's completely fine. But as you can see here, it's not even 100k, but it's a rare players pack, 50k pack. And again, yeah, you can pack R9, but what's the chance of that? It's probably a higher chance you're getting struck by lightning twice in a row than packing R9. So that's the point I'm trying to say. Even if you take into account the packs that you get back, it might reduce 100k, maybe if you're lucky, 200k, if you're lucky. But that's about it for the average person. Now, again, if you're a trader and you got 40 million coins, and let's say, for example, you know when you trade coins, and it's the best way I can say to do it. If you've got 40 million coin balance, you're one of the few players in a FIFA scene that's got 40 million coins, and you know by trading, you make 1 million coins per hour, let's say, then do the SBC. Because for you, it's an hour's worth of work. The average player, you can realistically make about 50 to 150k depending on where you finish in a weekend league a week. If you're very, very smart, the average player can make 100k a week in coins. That is by rival rewards, getting the rival rewards, and they're getting the 7 wins, etc., by playing FUT champions and getting the packs in those, and hopefully getting somewhat lucky or somewhat decent, like at least getting a decent card, not just all fodder, and doing squad battles. You can very easily make 100k. So that's why I say the cards like Charisma, you wouldn't feel too bad. Like, even though, let's be honest, you're not going to be upset if you don't do it. But let's say, for example, Mkhitaryan. Let's say even if let's say you had a Serie A team moved away from it, you wouldn't feel too bad because you know that this card is a sub, a fantastic, can play him centre mid, can play him left back if you really, really wanted to, right, but left back, wing back, right wing back, left in the mid, right in the mid, right back, left wing, right wing, striker. You can play him anywhere, then you wouldn't feel too bad about it. We're talking about 10 times the amount of money with Mbappe. So do you see why I'm saying it's not worth it? I know everyone keeps saying it's worth it, but it's honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a crime. I think it's honestly, it's a crime. This is basically the equivalent. Like doing this SBC, in my opinion, is like the equivalent of like, you know, people that apparently do Forex trading, explain how they're like living the lifestyle and make most of their money selling courses than doing Forex trading. That's where I look at it. I just think like, well, I don't understand the point. It just makes no sense. That's the way I look at it anyway. So that's what I just want to say finally in terms of that. So just don't do it. You're not, if it was 93 finishing, different situation. Physicality, I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but you're not going to notice it. And that's why the SBC is not worth it in total. No skill moves a week for update. You're basically wasting 2 million coins. You don't believe me? Do this SBC. Do it for fun. Come back in 1 month time and you'll see, you know what? You said that, Neil. Maybe he's right. Yeah, I can still use that Mbappe card. Is he end game? He would probably last you to the end of the game, but he's not going to be as end game as like a headliner or another card that you might get instead. There could be, for example, Ben Yedder. You could argue Ben Yedder, if he gets Team of the Year, would be better than this card. So that's why I say you realistically got a month, maybe 2 months with this card. But that's just my take of it. Keep your money liquid. That way you can always upgrade your team. And I would say finally, a lot of people when they're doing this card, you're you're probably one of those few guys, if you have the money that is, that your team's worth 5 million. If there's a chance for you, for example, for you to upgrade Eusebio to, for example, the 3 million coin, you can basically buy base Eusebio for the same coin wise, tradable than this Mbappe card. Just makes no sense to me. All I want to say, anyway, that's just my opinions on SBCs. Save your money, don't do them. In my opinion, that's just kind of my thoughts. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.